Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City Media podcast. Stepping up to the microphones are your hosts, Trey and TJ Willis. Pull up your chair, grab your favorite brew, and enjoy the conversation. Now, let's get to the show.
What up? Welcome to Tigers Untapped. I'm Trey with my co-host, 10-time NCAA 2014 national title.
10-time?
Is it more than that?
You talking about just the first 12 years of my career, dude? Get real.
Whoa, how many 90s do you have?
30-something probably? No, I don't know. No, off the top of my head, I don't know.
Played 30-plus years of NCAA 14.
I can't call it, but probably, yeah.
Shout out the new ones coming out this summer.
I know, tease.
Can't wait.
I'll believe it when I see it at this point.
Tej, how was your weekend?
I don't even know what I did. I'm going to try to run it back. Oh, we had
Christmas. I had like 1,000 Christmas parties
Yeah,
this
we had a
weekend.
Christmas party. It was good, man. I think I got you all's gift, actually. So I got the ornament and the Huey seasoning.
That was not from us.
Yeah, it was.
No, that was
I was so convinced that Natalie did that.
No, we did not bring that.
Oh, I don't know whose gift I got.
We brought the toy, the accommodator, and
I can't believe you just said that on live air.
the candles.
Okay. Wow. Whoever it was.
I got you the handcuffs.
That would go with the accommodator. Timothy, what are we drinking? This is like...
So a little opposite day, honestly. This is called 74 and Sunny. It is a Crosstown West Coast IPA. Wow. You see that one?
I wish it was 74 and sunny.
It is not 74 and Sunny. It's about 47.
Maybe I wouldn't have this
very
little
dark
sinus stuff going on.
You're talking like you're swimming in water. You good, Trey?
I'm good. This might be a shorter ep, though. I need to get my rest. Need to rest up. We got a big weekend this weekend.
Who is we? Oh, the Tiger basketball team.
Oh, the Tigs.
Yeah.
Because, baby, they're finally coming home.
It does feel like it's been about a month since the last home game.
Oh, it legitimately has been a month.
Has it honestly been a month?
Yeah. The last,
I
last
guess
game we
you're right.
played was Alabama State Friday, November the 17th. And we will be playing Clemson Saturday, December 16th.
Wow. I was saying that facetiously, just kind of exaggerating.
We just played 6 games away from home. And if you had told me we would go 4-2 in that stretch, I'd have taken it.
Yeah, especially given the opponents. I think you would want to switch a couple of them around, perhaps. But what are you gonna do? 4-2, not bad.
Not bad at all. Coming off. I'm at a loss.
I mean,
That hurt my ears.
I don't know what you want from me, guys. It's beer.
Big road week. 2 games on the road. First, Wednesday night at VCU. Little too close for comfort, some would say.
Everyone should
Probably everyone. The Discord was on. We were on the edge of our seats all night Wednesday watching this one. Tigs pull it out 85-80. Finally get the dub in overtime. Wouldn't have been the worst loss ever.
Oh, ever? Yeah.
But wouldn't have, not one you wanted to take. I mean, VCU's 93rd in KenPom. You lost at 90th Ole Miss already, so it'd have been equivalent to that. But that's a good one to come away with.
Yeah, I think the Ole Miss sitting at 90 right now is probably going to change. I don't think it's going to become a good loss per se, but I do think that they seem better now than they have for a good portion of the year. So I expect that they will drop in the rankings or climb in the rankings, however you want to word that. I think that's a more respectable loss than it would be to losing to VCU, just from an optics standpoint.
Ole Miss?
Yeah, losing to Ole Miss is a better loss than losing to 5-5 member of the, what are they, A10.
But they're picked to finish up there at the top. I want to say second, maybe.
But
who? But if they could win the A10, that's not a bad loss. Conference champion you're beating, so they're up there.
You're relying on a lot.
To your point, the Ole Miss, just playing in the SEC period, metrically they're going to go up, so it's going to look better.
I agree.
I mean, they've had a damn good out of conference, still undefeated after beating UCF in Orlando last night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have a real shot to go, like 12, 13-0 out of conference. What are they at right now? 9-0?
No, 9, yeah.
Which, if they win Saturday against Cal, no, they went 12-1. Never mind. I saw somebody say they were going to surpass their total win from last season, but that's not true. They would need to win out non-con.
Liars.
Which is not a tall, I mean, they had California, Troy, Southern Miss, and Bryant left, which would put them at 13-0 in the non-conference. That would be pretty big.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever. This isn't an Ole Miss podcast. Let's get out of here. Who cares?
Yeah, but it does help. You need them to win. Just win on out from it at this point.
I know we do need them to win.
Need some help.
Anybody we beat, we need to do well. So let's go Rams and let's go Aggies from here on out.
I don't think we'll have any issue with one of those.
What a huge week from the. Can we call them the Three Kings? Can we replace the old Three Kings with the new Three Kings?
Well, they were 4 kings though.
Yeah, but these 3 are better than the 4.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
The 3 being David Jones, Jahvon Quinerly, and Caleb Mills. I mean, the last week at VCU. And by the way, how many sold-out arenas are we going to play in on the road?
When you're
Mizzou,
everybody's Super Bowl,
Ole
kinda,
Miss,
it's like
VCU, A&M was damn close. I don't know if it was an official sellout, but they had a lot of people up in there. And we were just going the Dominican. Every away arena we go into, we are the Super Bowl for that program.
I hate.
There's going to be a
stadium.
packed 1,100 people down there in the Burroughs Nest of FAU, Boca. They should have an outdoor basketball court down there in Boca. Dude, speaking of 74 and Sunday, 11? We should have saved this for the FAU matchup.
You think it's 1,100?
We've looked. It's more. It's like 20.
It's 27.
20.
It's like 200 more than El Marone.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's like 100 more than White Station High School.
Good grief.
Did y'all see the Field of 68 tournament from there?
No, I don't watch trash.
Yeah, I don't participate.
They did a Field of 68 tournament down there.
I bet they did.
And so obviously they were showing, like, Jeff Goodwin was showing all these, this place used to be dead and now look at it. And it was like these ridiculous shots.
Now there's several hundred more people in the arena.
And I'm like, man, I sent it to somebody and I was like, this is the power of the camera. All you got to do is find a good angle, and it can make a 100-person student section look like an army of people. It was it was wild.
Yeah, that 2,900. That's gross. Huge week though. The Three Kings through these last 2 games on the road, both in Raucous arenas, they've combined. Do you know how many points they've combined for?
I don't remember the number you actually talked about.
I know, I told you.
Very briefly. I don't remember the number. I do remember it being staggering.
Timothy's memory was 126 combined points in the last 2 matchups. That's 63 a ball game between the 3 of those fellas. David Jones leading the way. He was American Conference Player of the Week, averaging 26, 7.5 rebounds, and 3 steals in 2 road games. Dropped 23 on VCU with 8 boards, and then dropped 29 yesterday in College Station. Second to that is our boy JQ, who averaged 22, 5.5, I think.
You're looking it up?
Yeah, I just had it. 22 points this week in 2 road games with 24 at A&M and 20 the 3 nights before at VCU. 5.5 assists and 4 rebounds this week. And then Caleb, who didn't, not massive games, but 3rd leading scorer in all of these. 17 on Wednesday at VCU, and then 13 yesterday at A&M. And in both of those, he's 4 of 5 in threes.
Wow.
Shooting 80% from 3 in those 2 games, hitting clutch threes in both, especially in A&M down the stretch in VCU. So those 3 guys just, if they keep that up, we're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, what are we talking about? And I like that It's kind of funny. Preseason, I kind of wanted David Jones to be the guy that comes off the bench because you just have that pure offensive firepower. Why are you giving me that smirk?
Keep going.
And it seems like Caleb Mills is taking
Not
that
only
role.
did TJ not think that David Jones was even remotely possible to be considered a potential candidate. We're not saying bona fide player of the year, which he will be now. TJ didn't think he was a potential candidate to be listed on the ballot
I've
for
been trying to
American
get
Conference Player of the Year. He also wanted him to be coming off of the bench.
I didn't
Didn't think the man should be a starter.
Incorrect. I didn't think
Does coming off the bench mean that you start?
That's not what I was saying, and you know it. I said I would rather him come off the bench because of how good he is offensively. You get a pure bench scorer, someone coming off the bench. They can relieve someone, and you're not going to miss out anything. If he comes off the bench, then you can completely rely on him. Was what
I think
said.
they figured it out, and sources say it was Caleb's idea himself to come off the bench.
Yeah, I saw that, and I like that. I mean, I think it kind of fits what he does well. I mean,
I think so too.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Seems like he's getting a feel for the flow of the game. He feels a little bit more comfortable, although he did start out a little bit slow yesterday. But ended up fine, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3-point range, 3 of 4, 3 boards, a steal, an assist, all in 23 minutes.
But I do think that with Caleb, he brings more than just like the bench bucket, right? Like I think that you can absolutely bring him in just to lock somebody down.
I mean, he's
a big man, a wing. It doesn't matter,
right? He said himself he has taken a focus off of scoring,
sure,
in order to prioritize defense.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a way that could help his draft stock at the same time, just. Because anyone can just score. Like we've seen tons of dudes that can just score. What was the little guy from? He was like seriously 5'6" from UMBC or whoever that was. Like, dude just lit it up. Like he scored nonstop.
Yeah.
Obviously had no chance of getting the NBA. Well, Mills, I mean, there's possibility there, and especially if he can defend at a high level while also being that 3-and-D type of guy at a 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" type of frame. I mean, it adds to it, man. There's a lot of potential there with him.
Yeah.
That is what he wants to do.
But he's also got the ability to be more than just 3-and-D. He can create. He's smooth with the basketball, create his own shot, finish around the rim. David Jones yesterday.
It's funny, too, because, like...
Just wild.
What was it? I think it was the VCU game. You couldn't hit a three to save his life. I think he may have been... 2 of 10. I'm making up a number. It was something like that. It was absurd.
I think he was 1 of 8 or something.
1 of 8, whatever.
1 of 7.
1 of 7, whatever the number was.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and has that game. It's like
5 of 9 couldn't miss.
What are we talking about? Like how?
Couldn't miss.
Such an up and down.
He's just a hooper, TJ.
He is just a hooper. I'm not taking that.
All
away
it
from
takes
him.
is one. The first one go in and he's on.
Like,
I mean, that was very reminiscent of the Arkansas game.
Sure. It's very.
I mean, how many more of those David Jones games are we going to see this year? Where he just comes out and from the get-go, it's his night.
Well, let me ask you this, because I was thinking about it yesterday. Are we going to find that David Jones is better for the team than Kendrick was?
Define better.
Well, I know. I put air quotes on it because it's kind of a loose question, right? Like a better, kind of a poor way of wording it. But, like, is David Jones going to win you more games than Kendrick did?
I'll say yeah.
I think that's fair. I really do. I think that he has the potential of being better.
He's also doing it with
than
a better team. I mean, he's got better people. I mean, Kendrick was doing it with lesser talent around him, and he had to do it outside of having DeAndre.
Which I guess, in a sense, we're getting off topic here. Kind of.
I mean, also, let's be honest. Kendrick didn't shoot. I mean, did Kendrick even come close to a 5 for 9 from 3 game last year? I mean, he had
a couple heaters, but I mean, I don't think anything like that.
Yeah.
And David's done that to an extent a couple of times already. So I don't know. I think it's a good conversation to bring up in the Discord. It's just the question of how you bring about the conversation. Like, is David Jones potentially going to be better for the team than Kendrick was? More helpful, more beneficial. I don't know how to word it, but you get my general idea.
I mean, I think it's hard to really say that, but David Jones is having a true, it feels, shall I say, All-American-ish type year so far. Is that
tough.
Is that a premature All-American?
That's just tough. I mean, think about like CDR.
I know.
Is he CDR?
He feels like it a little bit.
Because that's what you have to compare him to. Because
legitimately, when's the last time we had somebody who was scoring like this? I think for the year, he's averaging over 20 points a game. And rebounding the ball.
Yeah, I mean, here we're.
I mean, the thing is, it is evident. Given you, I mean, I know you have Quinerly, you've got Mills, we've mentioned, you've still got Jahvon Walton. Like, you've got other dudes, but I think it is, bar none, David Jones is your go-to guy.
Yeah.
Which makes it all more criminal, and I hate to go back to this, that he did not get a shot in the last 6 minutes of the Ole Miss. It is, I mean, given what has happened, what has transpired since that game in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be you should be in prison for not having allowed David Jones to get a shot.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
If he even get, I'll say it, if he even got 2 shots, we probably win the game. That's the difference.
Yeah, I mean,
granted, he didn't have a great 3-point shooting night against Ole Miss. I think he was 2 of 8, but he was still. I mean,
well, someone said that he was like checked out of that game. I'm like, he just had a block, and I think he had a rebound and a block within like the last 3 minutes or something like that.
Checked out.
No, I got no vibe that he was checked out. He just wasn't getting the damn ball.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the issue, and I think you have
I hate
to,
to go back. We should beating A&M
have lost that game
yesterday. Just even reemphasizes that Ole Miss game was so winnable.
Well,
like we should legitimately be sitting here 8-1 with our only loss being just a skunker because we had a bad first half against Villanova, and that's it. You played one bad half of basketball and it cost you a game. That's where we should be.
Yeah, and it's interesting that we have played the 2 losses have been. The issue, right?
Yeah.
Is they just couldn't miss.
I mean, that is definitely the thing that stuck out from that game is their inability to miss, and we were putrid from 3. I think shot 16%. If there was one thing that stuck out to you in yesterday's game, surprising, we'll say one surprising stat, what was it?
That we won the rebounding battle.
100%. Texas A&M had not lost a rebounding battle up to that point.
That's absurd.
I mean, you heard it all week leading up to that. They're top 10 in rebounding. They're the number 1 offensive rebounding team in the country. And then we went out there with Malcolm, our starting solo center, because we'll get to that in a minute, playing 12 minutes. Now, in those 12 minutes, he had 7 rebounds, which is damn impressive.
It's definitely impressive.
But you out-rebounded him, I think, 37, 35. You had 3 guys with 7 boards, 3 more with 3, a guy with 4, your point guard with 4. Like, we were hitting the glass yesterday.
Yeah. And
it was effort. Rebounding is a lot of times just effort.
Sure. Effort, timing. There's a couple of things that probably go together for that. I mean, obviously sometimes there's a little bit of luck as well. But
if we hadn't allowed, God, what was the dude's name that just kept smacking those rebounds out?
Freaking batted out, clear outs or whatever.
Gosh.
That was pretty annoying. We got one eventually, though.
I'm glad they took notes, and it was big, too. It was down the stretch.
Yes. It was towards, I think, the last couple minutes of the game.
I think it was Walton that got it. No, that's where I was going, was absolutely the rebounding. It's been something we've talked about ad nauseum all through the first half of the year. And they went out and showed yesterday that they are very, very capable of rebounding basketball.
Well, and it's interesting, too, because you have Malcolm, who's obviously a big dude, right? I mean, I think he's like 6'9", 240, 250, somewhere in that range. Jourdain, also very tall. We just don't rebound well for a team for whatever reason. Is it the pace? We're running, we're moving. Is it,
I think up until yesterday, that just felt like rebounding was
in the
optional.
background. Yeah.
It's optional.
Optional is kind of maybe a rude way to put it, but
Well,
that's fair though. It did feel optional. I ain't gonna lie, especially against VCU.
But nonetheless, a big week, 2 huge wins. You've gone up in the net, TJ. I don't know if you've looked at this. 24 spots.
Wow.
After a victory at A&M yesterday. You went from 64th to today you were 40th. Also overnight, conveniently, you have gone from 0 quad 1 games to now 3.
Wow.
You're 1-2 in those 3. Obviously, the 2 losses on the road were quad 1, Villanova and Ole Miss, and then the 1 win yesterday against A&M is your lone quad 1 win. So you're sitting at 4-2 in quads 1 and 2. And TJ, you got 2 more quad 1 win opportunities coming up in Clemson and Virginia at home. It's damn good to be back at home. And we're going to do a little bit of a preview on Clemson. We'll talk a little Jordan Brown sitch and a little bit is there a possible replacement already lined up for old JB when we get back? We'll be right back.
Because I think everyone is saying that Ja's the best player we ever had.
Correct.
Are we ready to put Bane? Where are we putting Bane at?
So I think that he is a top 3 offensive player ever in the franchise.
Right. Easy.
And the reason I give him top 3 is because Zebo was a bad dude. Offensively, like everything. He was one of my favorite Grizzlies ever. He might be my favorite Grizzly.
Yeah.
Bane is right there with him now already.
But if you're putting an all-time Grizzlies starting 5, is he your shooting guard or are you going Tony Allen?
100% I'm going Bane. I hated Tony Allen.
I appreciate Tony Allen and what he did.
100%.
But the whole Tony Allen run, like the fan response to him and like the levels we put him in, I was like, I'm sorry, y'all, love y'all, but I don't look at Tony the way y'all do.
This is going to be terrible. And it's going to be slanderous, but you're going to love it. He is a better defensive John Conchar.
Oh, stop. Stop. Whoa. Nah.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. All right, Christian.
Yes,
You are Penny Hardaway.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Today, you're going to play act, okay? Gabe, because you're a Jordan Brown apologist, you're going to be Jordan Brown.
I'm a Jordan Brown apologist. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Y'all are sitting across the room from each other.
I said, don't tweet him hate. And he's like, you're an apologist. Like, good God. But either way, continue. We're in a room together.
Why did things break down?
Jordan, we brought you in this year to be the centerpiece of our offense. You came in out of shape. Let's call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. We play fast. Told you this when we were recruiting you. We play fast. One of the fastest paces in the country. You have to be able to get up and down the floor. You have failed at that.
Oh, well, I'm leaving. So it's fine. Cool.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
TJ, we got a big one on Saturday, but before we get to that, we had a big one leave.
Oh,
this
nice
past week.
segue.
Jordan Brown, according to sources close to Bluff City Media, hashtag Hitman Hoops, is out of here.
I mean, a couple
He's
of
sick,
things.
sick of playing basketball.
A little butt hurt action.
Whoa.
Is what I thought.
Now would be a good time to plug the Discord, because if you're not in, Hidman's been dropping all kinds of nuggies. I'm talking a 30-pack of Chick-fil-A nugs in there on JB, the whole sitch there. And then JB's replacement. But before we get to JB's replacement, Teach, what do you think happened with JB? I hear you mentioned butthurt, hashtag butthurt. Kenny, can we get that up on the screen?
I don't think you can do that. No, man. if you look at how this season has gone so far for him, it can't be what
horribly.
he was sold on, what he was.
I don't think it's what we were sold on, Timothy, when
I
we
would
thought we were
agree.
getting a 20-10 freaking Lou Henderson player of the year.
I said we didn't need DeAndre because we had Jordan Brown. Don't worry about DeAndre not getting clears. We got Jordan
TJ,
Brown.
our listeners and friends, family know that you don't know ball.
I was
And
lied to.
a lot of times you say things.
This dude dropped a
Basketball related.
bajillion piece on Tennessee. He looked like he was competent.
Tennessee also struggles offensively, so they're. Oh,
I don't need.
doesn't
He
have
was on
anything.
offense.
I know.
They were on defense where they succeed. It looked like we were getting the piece we've needed.
Well, Louisiana was just pounding it inside to him, and he was in shape then. He liked basketball.
I do think that
he
plays a
wanted to
part in it.
play. I don't know.
I do think that he was maybe
There's
not.
nothing more telling than showing up for the season and not being in shape and have done anything for the last 4 months.
Which I don't understand by any means.
For your last college season,
Yeah. Yeah. I do think that plays a part in it. I do.
and now
actually
you're
think-
mad you're not playing enough and getting enough touches, bro. You airballed a layup on the first play of the game in Ole Miss, and then immediately fouled twice within the next 40 seconds. What do you want us to just play you through that?
Yeah. When he did play,
I mean, you got Malcolm out there dunking on 7-footers' heads, and you want us to play you missing layups.
it's a good point. When he played, he was sluggish. He didn't do much. They kind of picked on him with pick and roll, and it was just kind of like, all right, well, you're generally unplayable in most situations, and anytime anyone went small on us, you had to take him out, and that seems like an easy way to neutralize him if you're the other team, right? Just take him out.
Neutralize.
So it was not a good matchup, and I don't know if that was a situation where Penny was like, hey, this wasn't, to be honest, this wasn't my first choice. It was D-Grums I was talking to, and he was like, yeah, there was no way that was Penny's first choice. And he went through a list of names of big men that Penny went after, and I'm like, damn, you're right. Like, there are like 4 or 5 different big men that Penny went after first before he came to Jordan Brown.
Yeah.
Guys that fit the scheme. They're rim runners. They can do honestly, they can be Moussa Cisse, but catch the ball.
Straight up, I don't think it's the end of the world.
No.
We've won 2 without him. We don't need him. But that leads us into what could possibly be happening. For those of you that follow the college basketball world, you're familiar with Naquan Tomlin, the transfer from Kansas State, who hasn't played a game for Kansas State this year. He was suspended for what ended up being a bar fight, I think is what.
Yeah, I think that's what that came out to be.
I think there's been rumblings of maybe a racial slur was thrown his way and ended up leading into a fist fight.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We've all been in a bar fight, right? No, I was kidding. I've never been in a bar fight.
I've never been in a bar. You think they were throwing bottles and stuff?
Sliding dudes across the bar. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Maybe. Who's to say? I wasn't there.
I don't know. Is he a senior? He just graduated, so he'll be a grad transfer. Legitimately, I think this weekend he graduated from Kansas State.
Yeah, I think this is last year. I remember he was a JUCO guy. He went to like 2 different
Right.
JUCOs and then Kansas State.
Right.
So I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, I think he's a senior technically, so he would have the rest of this year. It's 1 year left. Hitman disclosed some information earlier today. It's now out there, I think, on Twitter, but he was on a visit. I think he got here last night. He was here today. He's at the Grizzlies game this evening, watching them take on Luka and the Mavs.
They lost, unfortunately.
Well, what's new?
Well, yeah.
What is
Not
it?
our-
What is
not
it?
our
Seven,
podcast.
7 days till Jaw's back?
No, I don't even think it's set. I don't think it's 7.
3?
Or 3 games, maybe. Maybe it's 3 games.
So it's
Anthony
like
just
7,
tweeted something
like
about
7 days.
it. Maybe, yeah.
It's next week,
Sounds about right.
right?
Yeah.
May that be the savior that we need.
Yeah.
Have you watched Naquan highlights?
Yeah. He looks good.
Looks damn good.
He looks good.
I've seen a lot of people say they kind of reminds them of someone we're very familiar with in DeAndre, but he seems much more athletically gifted.
Much more athletic. Yeah.
He can knock down the 3 ball a little bit. He dunks everything hard AF. Every dunk highlight I've seen, it looks like he's trying to break the backboard, and which I love. Shot 28% from 3 last year at Kansas State, so he can step down and knock it out. 50% from the floor. Played 27 minutes. Played in all 36 games. It was a big piece in their run to the Elite Eight last season. I think would be absolutely
it'd be incredible.
a perfect. And he talking about Jordan Brown and not fitting the way that we've been trying our style of play. The Titans have now muffed 2 kicks back to back. By the way, I believe it was a punt, and then they or maybe it was just a fumble. That's pathetic.
Remember the Titans dance, dude? Disrespectful.
That is really disrespectful.
Jeez.
Tomlin averaged 10.5 and 6 boards with 1.2 assists. He also averaged a block and just over a steal a game. Kind of a do-it-all
Yeah.
kind of guy.
The athleticism alone stood out to me. I'm like, yeah, that's a guy who fits.
Yeah.
Like, that's who makes sense with this team.
Absolutely.
A mobile big man, ferocious inside. Like, he's got good hands. I think he's got good moves. Like, and it's kind of wild because he was a nobody. Like, apparently a 0-star out of high school.
JUCO
Went
kid.
the JUCO route. Is a 0-star out of JUCO. Apparently, like,
I don't think that's right. I think he was like the 3rd overall JUCO
no,
prospect.
I don't think I think he was a nobody.
Timothy.
I'm pretty sure I remember him being a nobody.
Am I about to prove that you don't know ball again?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he was a nobody, and Tang found him through a friend or something like that. I remember hearing something about this all last year, so I don't know. This could all be wrong, but he was like essentially a nobody. What?
Number 4 overall JUCO prospect. Number 1 small forward JUCO prospect.
I don't think
Timothy.
That's right. I don't think that's right. I don't think
Goodness
that's right.
gracious.
I don't think that's right.
3-star,
What?
89 rating. Had
Out of-
offers from Arizona State, Mississippi State, Pitt, and Seton Hall.
Coming from the second JUCO?
I don't know how many JUCOs was he at.
2. He went to 2 different JUCOs. That's what I'm saying. He was like an absolute nobody.
Well, whatever. When he made the jump to Division I, he's 4th overall.
I don't think that's right.
Whatever.
think that's right.
Anyway, give me Tomlin.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
And he can play right away. He commits. He's graduated. Get him enrolled in a graduate course here at Memphis. Does he start Saturday against Clemson?
Oh. No.
You don't throw him out there?
No, but I do think that if you're going to – I haven't heard of him taking any other visits, but at the same time, I am pretty much like you. I'm only kind of watching Memphis under the microscope like that. Like, I don't know if I've heard of him taking any other visits.
I mean, as soon as the news came out that he was entering the portal, he was a very hot commodity. I mean, you name a school and they had probably reached out.
Sure. As you would. I mean, if you've got the availability, I don't know why you wouldn't,
But
right?
at this point, we're the only visit he has taken. I think you can say that we're the leader in the clubhouse. That's not to say that he won't take other visits.
Sure.
And obviously, in this day and age, I think NIL is going to play a large part. So if somebody comes in with a higher offer with just as much availability of playing time, I mean, you are offering, I think you've just freed up some NIL with JB gone. And
Perhaps.
you've obviously offered up a potential, I mean, I'm not going to take it away from Malco just yet, but a potential starting role
No, I wouldn't.
moving forward on a team that is right now. I mean, fringe top 25. We'll get to that in a second. I thought we were going to be 26 again. We're 30th. Fringe top 25, definitely NCAA tournament team, and could be a top 6 seed.
New question. Is he on the roster by not Vanderbilt, Virginia?
By Tuesday.
Yeah.
Sources say he wants to get this wrapped up relatively quickly. It would not surprise me if we don't get some sort of commitment by the end of the week. That's me. I don't know. I'm not Hitman. I don't know that for a fact.
Sure.
That's not me trying to drop info. I'm just guessing
No,
based on what I know.
we're all just out here taking guesses, right?
I would also, if he is by Tuesday, I would be surprised if he played against Virginia. It feels
that'd
like
be real tough.
a Vandy would be a much better situation. Maybe he's
Yeah,
been here about a week.
I took it
You
before
kinda-
Vandy.
You kind of work him in
Vandy seems safe.
against a scrub Vandy team, and then you got one more right after that. Who do we play right after Vandy? Last one is Austin P. So 2 kind of get him in there, and then you hit the conference slate.
I do think Vandy is a safer bet for him to be here. That's the only reason I went with Virginia.
Yeah. I think it's a possibility. I just don't know that he gets any run necessarily.
Sure.
But who knows? Penny's done some wild things. Very well he could commit Friday and suit up on Saturday for all
That'd
we
be
know.
so wild. And that's, I think it was Penny that said, like, this team is likely going to hit their stride probably in January.
As do most.
Yeah, like
As do most.
Yeah, of course, working out stuff, but this is a completely new roster. You only have 2 dudes who've ever really played with them, like together on a team. So I think you get him in now, and I think you have enough time that by January, I think he's in the full swing of things with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Assuming he's in shape. That is something that we consistently just assume.
Not to go back to JB, but do you think it's weird that Penny just keeps saying he's sick? I mean, I'm sick. Maybe he has what I have. I'm sure he's probably really sick, but
if someone's knocking on your door and you're like, hey, man, I'm sick. You don't want to come in here. I'm sick. I'm like, hey, you're right. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to come in there. What do you want me to say?
that's true.
Like, yeah, he's just real sick. Dude can't
I
come
don't
to the
feel
door.
good. Yeah.
Coach, I've got diarrhea. I can't move, dude. What are you gonna do? Call the bluff? Prove it.
On the bluff. They have diarrhea on the bluff.
They have diarrhea on the bluff. Sorry, Gabe.
All right, big one Saturday, Tej. Welcome back home, fellas. It's a whiteout. I kind of wish we were going with the stripe it up theme.
That was fun. I don't have confidence they'll do it again anytime soon.
I feel like if they do it, it'll be like FAU. They're
FAU.
trying to make it like that. Love a good whiteout. Hopefully they're passing out T-shirts to help with that.
Memphis State all whites or the Memphis whites?
No, it's Memphis State.
I want it to be Memphis State. I don't know if it will be, but I want it to be Memphis State. I love those uniforms so much.
I do too.
So much. The blue ones more so, but I still love the white ones.
Given that this is somehow on ESPN Plus, it may not be Memphis State.
Yeah, I don't think it will be, personally. I think it'll just be the regular white Memphis, but a man can dream.
They may be saving the states for Tuesday against Virginia.
You think
There's not a better basketball uniform in college.
the white or the blue?
Either. Doesn't matter.
I think the blue's better.
Those are 1A and 1B.
I think these blues are so nice. We don't wear them enough. I'm real tired of the black uniform.
I wish just the normal uniforms had the same style. Just drop.
Just take
Instead-
the state off.
Yeah. Or put Tigers. This tiger, like, I don't know. Same font. I just like that look. I like the trim, the color, the font, everything about it.
Does anyone have their school and mascot on a on the uniform like that? Like if we said Memphis Tigers, would that? I don't know if that's done. I don't know if anyone's doing that.
I don't know. I don't know. We have to look it up.
I think it's always like Michigan State or Spartans,
Yeah.
Duke, Blue Devils.
I don't never put Blue Devils. It's just Duke.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of examples coming up with schools.
Well,
I'm
that
like,
way
that
there's dumb
never
ones that
says
just
Blue
have the
Devils.
D.
The D, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, 2 p.m. on ESPN Plus. They need to move that to at least put it on ESPN News or something.
Why? Why don't you like the time?
The time's fine. It's the channel.
Oh no, the channel is what it is.
This is going to be a good ball game. I think we're going to win it by 10 plus. But
Wow.
Clemson's a good little ball club. 13th in the country. Quad 1 op. PJ Hall.
That freaking Syracuse guy. What's his name?
In Shefflin coming in.
They got
PJ Hall averaging 20 points, 7.5 boards, 2.5 assists, a steal, 2.5 blocks. He's a do-it-all center for the Tigers. Doesn't scare me, though.
No, the freaking guy from Syracuse is the one I'm worried about. The transfer guy.
Who, Giard?
Yeah. Is that his name? Gerard?
Yeah, the third,
Yeah.
Joseph Giard.
Yeah. That guy. He's good. He's real good.
15, 3-3. Shooting 45% a clip
Yeah,
from
he's
three-point range.
big 3-point guy.
If there is one thing,
Which we've shown a
again,
weakness.
I'm not honestly not worried about Clemson. Which maybe I will come in here next Monday and I will
Not an idiot.
totally eat crow.
I get that.
But if there is one thing that is even slightly concerning, our friend J-Mac mentioned it today. It's this team's ability to shoot the basketball from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
And what did we talk about earlier, TJ? In the 2 games we've lost, what has happened?
It's not defending the 3.
Teams got hot from 3. Now, Villanova ended up cooling off. But
Sure.
you played such a terrible half of basketball, and they were so hot so early on.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that.
You couldn't come back from that lead.
No.
Ole Miss was much more consistent throughout the entirety of the game, and it just ended up being too much. You lost by 1. Didn't make enough plays down the stretch, and you let them hit 1 too many threes.
Do you think if you spot an NBA team 30 points, they would still come back and win?
Against who?
A college team. A good college team.
Yes.
30 points. You think they can come back and what if I said 40 points? What is the breaking point?
What are you saying? That the NBA team is down 30 points?
Yeah, they're basically negative 40 at the start of the game. Negative 30, negative 40.
I don't know, TJ. This like what team? Who's on it? We're talking
know.
like the national championship team, like UConn last year versus.
No, let's say let's just get weird here. Let's say damn, now you made it hard. Let's just use Villanova because that's who we played. Versus the Pistons. Whatever. I'm making up teams at this point. You think they come back and win that?
I mean, we went on a 24-0 run.
They
yeah.
were letting you make that run. They weren't trying. Let's be real. No, stop. Let's be real.
What did you saying? 30 point,
Yeah.
30-0 to start the game. Villanova. I think the Pistons can probably win.
You think so?
Yeah,
It's a lot of points.
I know it's a lot.
I don't know. It was just a dumb
It's also
conversation.
an NBA team.
It's true. Full of a lot of recently college players, but whatever. It's just a dumb conversation. Why would you even mention this, Trey? So stupid.
I don't know. KenPom. We had talked about KenPom. We are up to 34th in KenPom, which is just 2 spots behind where we started the year at 32nd. They've got it as a 76-74 Memphis Tigers victory, 56% chance of a victory there. ESPN, on the other hand, their BPI, I think, has us as a 60-ish% chance to win.
I like the points. I think those are good. I'm not confident Memphis wins this one only because of what we've said before. Statistics show when teams are shooting the 3 like that, it's just been so hard.
64% chance by BPI matchup predictor.
Wow.
Yeah, Clemson shoots almost 40% as a team from 3. Pretty evenly on the rebounds, 38-37 in favor of Clemson. Steals, we double them up. Blocks, we're about even, both 5. 4 more assists per game. They're only allowing 68 points to us, allowing 74. So, I mean, yeah, you have to defend the 3, like we've said. You have to keep PJ Hall off the glass. Keep Shefflin off the glass. You have to rebound like you did yesterday, to be honest.
Yeah,
If they're missing threes, you can't be giving them second chance opportunities.
I don't know that you have to win the rebounding battle, and I feel pretty good that Memphis won't win that rebounding battle.
Send them to the line. They are not a good free throw shooting team.
But I do think that
Also, away from home, they're only shooting 33% from 3.
interesting. If you go back and look at who they have played, they have not played the best of competition. Just be honest. Like, yeah, they played Alabama and they won. Looks like by 9, I think that is. Oh, that says 8, actually. I mean, really not. They haven't really played anybody worth a damn, to be honest with you. So I think Memphis is probably going to be their best challenge outside of Alabama.
And it should be a damn good crowd. Get out to FedEx Forum on Saturday.
So what are you thinking? Another game, obviously the big 3 that we've kind of talked about earlier. David Jones going to have a big game. Caleb Mills. Is there anyone who's a sleeper?
Those 3 keep rolling, and then I mean
I need Jahvon to be Jahvon.
It wouldn't be a bad night for Jahvon.
Yeah.
Like, give me what happened with. We come out Jackson State night 1, first game of the year. He has 17 points in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Where's that Jahvon?
Well, I think even his stat line of the night was like, I don't remember what it was exactly, 5 points, 7 rebounds, 2 or 3 assists. I mean,
But he had 6 turnovers the other night.
yeah, that's not great. I was leaving that part out specifically, but the rest of it's pretty good. I kind of want one of those threes to fall. I need him to get back in the rhythm of things, be the Jahvon we have seen and played against. Right?
I mean, he's capable. He had a big 3 to start overtime against VCU.
Sure.
The other day. We know he can shoot it.
Yeah, he definitely can shoot the ball.
I just feel like he's got to get his confidence back.
I know. I agree.
Be a good night for him to do it.
Yep.
All right, we mentioned it briefly. What the hell is wrong with AP voters? We're 30th, which whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
It's not like,
yeah.
but how the hell is A&M ranked ahead of us when we literally just went into their house
We
and
do.
handle? It wasn't even really ever in question. I think A&M had one lead with 11 minutes left in the first half at 17-14, and outside of that, we led the entirety of the game.
I'm starting to think it's a penny bias.
I mean, they're sitting 2 spots ahead of us at 28th. Wait. Yeah, in the AP. 58 votes to our 56.
Penny bias is the only thing I could think of.
Doesn't make sense. The other one that doesn't make any sense either is Colorado absolutely embarrassed Miami yesterday. Miami is still 24th. Colorado is 26th. There's too many AP voters, and they don't watch basketball.
I do think that
They watch the
is a
team that they
portion of it.
cover, and they might check a box score unless the game happens after the 11 a.m. hour on Sunday, and then they just don't even pay attention to what happened on Sunday.
Do you think it's a situation where people in the West Coast don't watch East Coast games?
It's probably a yes. I don't think they watch West Coast games either, except for the team that they're covering.
Yeah.
And then they maybe check box scores and just see. They might have seen, that A&M lost, and they just didn't pay attention that they played Memphis.
It is.
Stupid.
It is getting kind of weird that Memphis gets 0 respect in the polls. This is the 2nd, 3rd time that we've had this conversation.
I mean, I fully expect that if we beat Clemson
you have to be ranked
Saturday, we will bump up 4 spots to 26th.
No, you have to be ranked at that point. It's becoming obvious. If you beat a top,
It's already
10,
obvious.
11, what were they?
13th.
13th, yeah. I think that's pretty ridiculous. Especially since, they're undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you kind of have to be at 13th in the nation.
9-0. They're 25th in KenPom. Speaking of KenPom, I meant to mention this. Let's take a gander at what they have prediction-wise for the Tigs. Results-based. What do you think? How many losses do you think they have us having the rest of the year?
The rest of the year?
Yeah.
3? I was hoping it would be 3.
Nope.
What?
1.
1. Okay. I was
The last game of
gone
the
other way
year
around.
at FAU is the only
That's
loss
ridiculous.
that's on the results prediction right now.
It's ridiculous. Is Tulsa not on the schedule?
TJ, you joke about that. That is actually our very first conference game, and it is at Tulsa.
Yeah. I mean, you talk
That's
about what we've
that's
always find a way to struggle with for no damn reason.
That's nightmare stuff right there.
yeah.
That is nightmare stuff. Other thing, speaking of quad, we talked about quad 1 earlier. KenPom standards, he goes with A. Games are either rated A, B, or nothing. If they're just dookie, they just don't get anything.
Sure.
We have played 5 A-rated games already, with 2 more coming up back-to-back. We're 4-1 in those A-rated games.
Okay.
With that only 1 loss being Villanova on a neutral floor.
We can do there, you know.
So you got 2 more coming up, and then you got 3 right now potentially in conference with at SMU, home against FAU, and then at FAU. It's in the year. Not bad at all.
No. This is the thing, dude. They've had
If you could go 8-2 in those A-rated games, I think you're a
that's fantastic.
4 seed.
You think
5?
a 4?
Yeah. You win those quality games. I'm counting that you win every other game too.
Sure. This is definitely the makeup of a roster that does not deserve another 8 or 9 seed by any means. Last year's roster, it kind of made sense. It was 2 dudes plus.
If we're on the 8-9
some
line
guys.
again, I'm never watching college basketball ever again.
Yeah, I think at that point, I don't know. I was gonna say I think you maybe consider a coaching change just because like the voters just clearly hate you. Everyone hates you at that point. And there's no way out of this. It's a deep spiral.
Did you just fire Penny?
Not really. It was more so like, hey man, they all hate you. So no matter how many games you win and how good you are, we're just not going to get it.
It is ridiculous.
Penny bias, dude.
We'll see where we end up. All right, TJ, we had a little. We had one game last week for 50-50 TJ and Thunder picks. We both won. TJ won in incredible fashion.
I was a hot streak. At this point.
I was never in question as always with Thunder picks. So I've now moved to 9-4-1. TJ gets another dub. He's 2 games above 500 at what 7 and no.
They can't be right mathematically.
You're 8-6.
Yeah.
8-6. So TJ had the over, which hit on the last play of the game, thanks to a self-inflicted safety by Army.
Was never worried.
I could see. I could never be worried. I mean, Navy was driving
to 20
score.
points. I didn't even think it should be that close.
27 and a half.
Yeah,
TJ hit it by a half point because of the safety on the last play of the game. What an ending that was.
I didn't watch it. You
TJ
told me
wasn't
and I
even
went
watching.
back
I had to text him and be like, did you just see how you're over?
I was driving.
Navy gets stuffed on 4th and goal from the 1, and then Army elects to run out of the back of the end zone on the last play of the game for a self-inflicted safety, and TJ's over hits.
Look, when you're a smart bettor, you just know the right calls.
So we're like 60-40 TJ now.
Respect that.
That's winning.
That is definitely.
That means we're
winning.
making money.
You know what else is winning, dude?
Well, we got bowls this week, so we're back with a full slate, Timothy.
We have bowls this week?
Yeah, Saturday kicks off bowl season, bowl mania.
Gosh.
You haven't looked?
No.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got all kinds of bowls.
Man, tough bowls too.
DraftKings doesn't tell me the name of the damn bowls though.
Yeah,
Just gives me the matchups.
Who you got? I got them here.
Oh, I'm not picking. I was going to find the name.
Oh.
All right, you got the Myrtle Beach Bowl with Georgia Southern and Ohio starting at 10 a.m. That's ridiculous. Why is that starting so early?
That's a little early. I don't like that.
The Cricket Celebration Bowl between Howard and Florida A&M. Jacksonville State at Louisiana in the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Miami of Ohio App State in the Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl. New Mexico and Fresno State in the New Mexico Bowl. UCLA Boise State in the Starco Brands LA Bowl. That's unfair. Well, I shouldn't say that. We're playing in the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah.
And then Cal Texas Tech, the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. Nothing really exciting there.
No.
But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give my pick of App State -5 over Miami of Ohio. 2:30.
Damn.
Saturday.
So when I was watching, I do like App State. I think they played a pretty good game or a pretty good season this year. They did lose to.
They knocked off the powerhouse of JMU though.
Yeah, they lost to someone
After their
not
game
a good.
day.
They did not have a good loss, and then they
just
ended
got
up beating JMU.
murdered by Troy. In the, what are they in the Sun Belt Conference Championship game last weekend?
Oh,
But prior to that, they'd won 5 straight.
I think I'm going to take UCLA in the LA Bowl versus Boise State. I know Boise State's been playing well under Coach D.
What, just money line?
No, I'm covering the 2.5. Sorry.
2.5.
Yeah, I think I have it 2.5. I
It's
do
a
think
4 over here. Where are we? Such a discrepancy in lines.
I don't know, dude.
Where are you seeing 2.5?
This is just Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated doesn't have.
They just gave me the lines. I Google it. I want all this at one place.
Interesting. All right, UCLA to cover.
Yeah, UCLA to cover, whatever the cover is at this point, because it seems to be up in the air.
-2.5, -4, whatever.
Whatever.
TJ thinks they win by a tutty, basically.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it should be a touchdown.
I mean, that's what I feel like. App State wins by a tud.
Yeah.
All All right, let's get this 74 and sunny West Coast. That's why you went with UCLA. You got those West Coast IPA.
I had 2.5 over here, so you're all over the map. It's you.
It's not. Why is Will Levis going crazy? Oh, they just tied it up. That's why. Wow. That is a passionate young man.
It's kind of a sick can. I kind of like it.
This is a good can.
I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like pastel color based, essentially.
I mean, I do feel like we need to be on a beach somewhere.
Yeah. It's
not sitting in a studio with it 30 degrees outside and having a sinus infection, but whatever.
It gives me like 90s vibes to it. I don't know if you get
It just
that or
feels
not.
like West Coast vibes.
Yeah, it's a good can though. Good coloring. I like it. I'm at 74 and sunny. I'm gonna give it a 7.4
On the can? Wow.
I think so. I really like the can. It's speaking to me.
This is a good can. I like it
It's a
too.
good can. Did you know it was 7.2%?
No, but I was about to give it a 7.2 on the can.
It's just speaking to us at this point.
We're just letting the can do the scoring for us.
That's the way to do it, man. It is a good beer. I like this beer. It could have been a little bit colder, but that's on me.
There's a lot of malt in here.
There was a lot of malt in there, but I do
hits
like
you
it, especially
really
at
hard at the
7.2%.
It is good.
Do you want to score it?
I'm thinking. Let me get this last swig.
I don't want to be that guy who does like the whole numbers, but I think this is like a 7 for me. I like this beer.
I don't know that I can go that high. It is good, but the malt's getting me.
The malt is a lot, but I like everything else about it.
I think 6.8's fair though.
I'm going to 7 flat. I like this one. If you like IPAs, this is a West Coast IPA, very specific on how they do that there. But you know what would be super dope with this?
You know what we should have done? Oh, those are still stout.
Well, I was going to say
I'll clear your
crack it
sinuses
open.
right up. And pour it into a Tiger's Untapped beer glass. If you haven't,
Very specific.
Bluff City merch.
We got it.
We've
dude.
launched it. Get out there, subscribe, join the Discord, get your nuggets, get your Christmas shopping done, get you a Tigers Untapped tee, get you a sticker, get you a mug, get you a beer glass.
Yep.
Get your kids a shirt. Rep
Get
it.
everybody a shirt. My wife's getting a shirt. She does not want a Tigers Untapped shirt. She's getting
I don't know that a couple of my family members might want, but I got a lot of Christmas shopping done today.
I want a Tigers Untapped shirt.
You can buy one right now.
Can I get one?
They might
Yeah.
be sold out because our stickers are.
There are a couple things that are sold out, which
Things
is
are going fast, so you better
getting
get out
wild.
there.
I kind of want a hoodie. I kind of want like a Tigers Untapped, a dope, like heather gray charcoal hoodie, like what you're wearing now.
With the Memphis State logo.
No,
You know
I
y'all's
want
picture
Tigers
for the
Untapped.
promotional ad? I really want a hoodie with that picture on it.
Well, that's doing like the Step Brothers thing.
Yeah.
I can get down with that.
I would do that on a beer glass.
I don't know, but I may get one of these sweatshirts. I'm over here just shopping away right now.
Anyway, get to the site, subscribe, like, comment
Yeah,
on
dude.
YouTube,
100%.
buy some merch, and wear it. And tag us while you wear it. Or drink out of it.
Yeah, whatever you do, I don't care. I want to drive around. You know how fun it would be to drive around and see a Tigers Untapped sticker on somebody else's
Oh,
car?
I thought you were going to say car flags. Can we get Tigers Untapped car flags?
That would be. I'm so bad about car flags.
You always roll your windows down and lose them.
Or I roll somebody else's window down and lose their flags. Either or.
And then he doesn't replace them.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
It's my bad.
All right. Christmas is almost here. Get your shopping done. Sign up. Join the Discord. Nuggets are dropping daily.
Mm-hmm.
With that,
I'm still shopping.
we'll see you in white at the FedEx Forum on Saturday.
Hell yes.
Come with the cold beer, stay with the hot takes. Deuce.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Like and subscribe at Bluff City Media's YouTube page. Head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co for comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports.